You've named some folks throughout our conversation, but just taking a pause, if there's a person or some people who've had a big influence on your life and your journey, doesn't have to be exhaustive, but if you would like to name anyone, and then what part of that influence do you carry with you today?
The first thing that comes to mind is I'm just constantly inspired by Black queer feminists. I think they have shaped so much of my ideas around liberation and what is possible when we live into a Black queer feminist future. So I'll also name that. I feel like that's such a broad blanket statement, but
It's okay,
it
yeah, it's whatever you have.
yeah, that's exactly what I think about. I also think about now my Hmong woman identity. And one of the books that I read that really changed my life, and I'll say it's a very academic book, so I don't know if it's for everybody, but that when I read it and where I was made a big difference was I read the book called Claiming Place on the Agency of Hmong Women. And that is a collection of essays and whatnot written by very academic essays written by Hmong women and other like Hmong academics, might not even identify as Hmong, about Hmong women's role in Hmong culture, in Hmong society. It helped me shape my ideas around what is Hmong feminism, right? And how does it shape the way that I can advocate for change and justice in my own community, in the relationships that I have within my community. That's been a book that I keep going back to because, yeah, I think, yeah, who are the lineage of Hmong women that I want to follow? And what have this lineage of Hmong women been desiring their whole lives? What does that mean?
And of the people and groups that you've named in terms of folks that were influential to you in your journey, if they or if folks who are also in the within those groups that you might not know personally, but if they came across this and you had the opportunity to say something to them in terms of gratitude or just speaking to the impact of that influence, what might you say if you had that opportunity? In case
Mm.
somebody's listening and if it helps for context, for me with this particular question, when I thought of it, even pulling into my own experiences, there are folks that I think of even now who I would thank. Some I am able to thank now through messaging or phone call, what have you, or and then some I am not. And I think it's something powerful about being able to share that impact if we have the opportunity in whatever ways we can, realizing everybody communicates differently, has different languages in terms of how they receive care, but I think it's something powerful about letting folks know the impact if we're able to.
Yeah, I think what I would say is just, first of all, thank you so much, right? Thank you for your ideas, your spirit, that that's always carried through. I also want to say thank you for not giving up because as I'm in the middle of my journey now and working through all the feelings that I'm having, anger, sadness, helplessness, like my ancestors, this lineage of Black queer feminists, of queer feminist Hmong folks, thank you for not giving up and believing in my future. Because I'm only here because they believed in a future that may not have been possible at the time. I'm just also really grateful for the trust that they have in me to carry on this work, to be part of this lineage. That's amazing. And it's a responsibility that I don't take lightly. So, yeah, just like deep gratitude. Thank you for continuing to go on. Thank you for trusting me with this work. Thank you for your spirit.